Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Houston Life on this Monday, May 2nd. I'm Courtney Savala.
Can you believe it? May already. Hi, Courtney. Hi, everyone. I'm Derek Shore. Still ahead on Houston Life. We're hanging out with 50 Cent and Lady A. Turns out 50 Cent is a fan of our little show here at Houston Life. Find out what else he told our Houston Life crew.
Can't wait for that. Then put a smile on your kid's favorite teacher's face, or all of the teachers. We've got easy teacher appreciation crafts that will make for some pretty great gifts as well.
And it's the start of Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Joe Sam is hanging out in the Museum District with a special exhibit you definitely don't want to miss. But before we get into all of that, how about a check of today's forecast?
We need to do it a little bit easier to ease into this Monday when the weather is cooperating. Hi,
yes.
Frank.
It is cooperating, but do you like summer? Is the
I mean,
sticky.
Listen, we don't have to shovel humidity down here. You know what I mean? We just have to deal with it.
Keeps us so young looking, doesn't it? And you know, the wind that was just so ferocious all week last week, it's back. So these windy conditions are going to stay. We'll talk more about why we can't get rid of them coming up. In the meantime, take a look. It's beautiful outside, but it's hot. 86 in Houston, 87 Sugar Land. These winds, 22, 20, 17 miles an hour, and gusting to 30. 20-mile-an-hour wind right now in Conroe, 89, 91 in Huntsville. If you're taking Finn out for a walk, it'll be right there in the upper 80s, dropping a little bit into the low 80s by 7 p.m., but still south winds at 20. So hang on to that leash the next 3 days. It's hot, it's humid. Our best storm chance is coming up on Thursday. I'll have your full forecast coming up right around 3:30.
All right, Frank, thanks so much. You know what? The wind is actually helping at my house because over the weekend, we got wrapped.
Also known as toilet papered.
You got TP'd?
High in the trees. High in the trees. So the wind's helping it all come down.
And a nice
Lucky
rainstorm
us.
will make it nice and soggy.
Yeah, just like glue. Frank, we'll see you at 3:30.
Thanks, Frank. You know, they say you only get toilet papered if people love you.
Isn't
that what they say?
It's a big love.
Thanks so much for all that love. Hey, so I'm still a little bit exhausted from our little party we had over the weekend. We're going to have more on it later on in the show, but we emceed the Cattle Barons Ball. This was their 35th anniversary, and this year, instead of being out at George Ranch, it was downtown at Minute Maid Park. And man, we had a good time. Ran into some familiar faces as well.
A couple of familiar faces, and let me tell you something. I was squealing on the inside, but on the outside, I was cool as a cucumber, I hope anyway. This is us with 50 Cent, also known as Curtis Jackson. It was lovely to see him. We have seen him at different events, but we've never really had a chance to chat until Saturday, which was really fun.
And we realized, you know, on Saturday that he actually knows us because he watches Houston Life, but we'll have more on that later. And then, of course, Lady A was the headlining performers, and we love these guys so much. Dave, Charles, Hillary. Phenomenal on stage, but it's also kind of fun to meet people. You know, I've been fans of them for years.
For years, and when you do meet them, you hope you don't say anything silly or, you know, they are so cool in person. Hillary and I chatted about our love for all things blingy. She had this beautiful sequin top on, talked about my rhinestone boots, and it was here. This conversation right here was all about the doodle love. They all have doodles, I have a doodle, and so it was just sort of like that's where we bonded.
Well, and it turns out Charles on the left, so I worked with his brother, also a singer-songwriter, Josh Kelly, who is married to Katherine Heigl.
But I'm sorry to interrupt. What are you doing right here? What was happening?
It's not how it looks. I was not trying to open his shirt or his. I'm like, hey, bro, what you got in there?
Leave your hands off my clothes.
I don't know what happened.
Shortly after that, Derek was escorted out of the room.
That is not true. That is not true. But again, if anyone knows what was happening in this photo, please let us know because I blacked out.
They were so great. Unbelievable performance. We're going to have more on the event a little bit later on in the show.
Yeah, and some music folks from Nashville. We talked to Julia, who sang the national anthem. Also, a lot of us were just so shocked to hear the news of Naomi Judd's death. 76 years old, and I wasn't sure if she'd had an illness. I knew she'd been very public about her struggles with mental illness, and the family has now said this came as a total shock to them.
It was so surprising to hear this, and of course last night, Naomi, her daughter, and Ashley Judd, Winona, sorry, they accepted, after she was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame, Winona and Ashley Judd were there emotionally Gosh, can you imagine having lost their mom and being at this important moment here? And here's what they had to say.
And I'm sorry that she couldn't hang on until today. Your esteem for her and your regard for her really penetrated her heart. And it was your affection for her that did keep her going in these last years.
Well, and Winona and Ashley, they actually wanted the show to go on. It was their choice to do this. We should point out the Judds are one of the most successful acts in country music history, 14 #1 songs during a 20-year period. And interestingly, Naomi was a nurse, right? And then when she and Winona started performing together, they described in an interview that first year at the Grammys, I think it was like 1983 or 1984, they won so many Grammys, and that overnight fame, they described it almost like a car crash, because it happened before they knew it. Yeah, and her life, I mean, this is actually an old photo of Naomi as a nurse, and this was posted online by a Texas EMS nurse. So how cool is that?
It's really incredible, and that just, you know, they were just sort of swiftly moved into that star-studded career, rightfully so, but gosh, unbelievable. That picture is fantastic.
Yeah, and beautiful harmonies too. I still can't believe she's gone.
Wrapping our arms around that family today as well. Bringing a little bit lighter news now. Did you know that today is a very special day here in Houston? It is Megan Thee Stallion Day. Yesterday, she was presented to the Key to the City by Mayor Turner. Of course, her birth name is Megan Pete, and selected because of her philanthropic contributions through her nonprofit Pete and Thomas Foundation. It's so great. I love this photo. And Megan wrote on her Instagram page, "I will continue to give back to the city that made me who I am today." So that phrase of never forget where you grow up, right? Awesome.
And we have so many Houstonians who have like gone on to do big things, and it's great when people, like you just said, they don't forget where they came from.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hard to believe Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. So it's Mother's Week here on Houston Life. We have all kinds of things planned to honor all the moms and hopeful moms out there, because we believe you all deserve a whole week, not just a day.
Thank you. I do too. What do moms really want for Mother's Day? Well, a new poll from Time to Play. Okay, this is it. What we really, really want. Is it bath products? Is it spa time? Is it a nap? Look at this. It's a state-by-state map on what moms really want. Texas, we want our chores done for us. We want the cleaning done.
Okay.
There are 18 states that say a nap is the way to go. And 13 states took home a meal I don't have to cook. And Texas is one of 10 states that basically said they want help with chores. There's also the spa visits that came in at 5, and flower states were at 4. A greeting card only, 1 state.
Which state was that?
I don't know.
The most boring one, clearly.
I don't know.
No, I'm kidding. But that's a pretty just a card to say, I just want a card? Maybe a Post-it note?
Whatever.
I
Yeah,
always
think
made
a
my mom
card
those
is
little
good.
coupon books in school.
I love a good homemade card.
A nice little coupon book. That's interesting. Interesting breakdown. Well, listen, we want to jump to our question of the day. What type of mom are you? So are you like a cool mom? Are you a regular mom, a boy mom, a helicopter mom? Just describe how your family might describe you as well. Bonus points, by the way, if you have photos of your family. You know, I'm not a regular mom. I'm a cool mom.
I'm a cool mom, but I feel like I'm all of those. You just described all of me.
But if you had to
Slightly
choose one,
helicopter, slightly.
which one would you be?
I mean, I think the funnier answer to this question I'd have to ask the boys, but I would say I'm a cool mom. I always say that to the boys anyway, but you know, boys, sometimes teenagers don't think you're so cool.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know.
That's good. Okay, we're just going to leave that there for now.
Head over to the Houston Life Facebook page. Join the conversation there. We're going to share some of your comments a little bit later on in the show.
I would agree. I think you're a pretty cool mom.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, still to come in honor of Mother's Week. He is a Broadway actor who decided to, and we're so glad he did, to make Houston home We're going to chat with Ben Chavez, who will also treat us to a special live performance coming up later on.
And we've got an easy and tasty recipe coming up just for mom that starts with a baking shortcut.
And later, what Lady A and 50 Cent had to say when we hung out with them over the weekend. You don't want to miss that. Houston Life will be back right after this.
Well, welcome back to Houston Life. It's time now for our H-Town Sit Down.
Yeah, let's meet today's guest.
She's got electric boots, a mohair suit.
Ben Chavez is a Broadway actor, musician, and composer, performing at world-famous venues like the Kennedy Center, Radio City Music Hall, and stages all over the country during his time with the Broadway National Tour of Disney's Aladdin. During the pandemic, Ben raised $20,000 for charity through his weekly piano bar live shows on Instagram. And he packed his bags and made his way to Houston, a city he now proudly calls his home. Today, we're catching up with Ben in Studio B. Ben Chavez, come on out, buddy. There he is.
Great to see you, Ben, in person.
Happy Mother's Week.
Thank you.
And it's been a year since you first appeared on Houston Life virtually,
Wow,
Ben.
time has flown.
Well, we're glad to have you here on the sofa, and it's so fun seeing all of the pictures and video of you on stage. You were 3 years old when you started singing and playing the piano, is that right?
I was 3 years old. It's really a cool story. My parents were so supportive when I was a kid. My pre-K teacher discovered that I was noodling around on a piano after having never touched a piano in my life. And I just kind of started figuring out Mary Had a Little Lamb on my own. My teacher called my mom and said, "Do you know Ben plays piano?" My mom said, "I have no idea." So they got me in lessons right away. I know, I loved a little photo. And then from there, I started doing dance lessons and did recitals, and I was always a theater kid.
I think it is so great. I love this photo as well. And that, you know, it can also be a really hard industry to break into. I mean, I think you know that. We talk about the Broadway tour and all of the accolades, but everything it takes and the discipline to get to this level. What would you say to some of the kids out there listening, or even parents of kids that want their children to follow that route?
It's definitely a hustle. It's a hard industry to work in. But to parents, I would say whatever your kids want to do, support them. I'm here living my dream because my parents saw a gift in me and supported me and didn't make me play sports because I was so bad. But also to people who are coming up in this industry, don't apologize for anything. The industry is hard enough as it is. If you just own what you have to bring to the table and don't apologize for anything, walk into the room with confidence always. It'll take you far.
It's very good advice. And Radio City Music Hall, the Kennedy Center,
Just
the
a few
Broadway
places.
National Tour of Aladdin. I mean, you shared the stage with people like Billy Crystal, Barry Manilow. You have checked off so many bucket list items for a performer. Next thing on your list is actually dropping your debut album, is that right?
That is what I'm working on right now, recording an album of songs that I've written, one of which I'll perform today. And it's just all stories from my life and sort of my little journal entries turned into songs.
It is so great, and we cannot wait to hear that later on. Rewind just a little bit, of course, during the pandemic. This your partner, right?
Yep,
That's Walker?
That's Walker.
And that's why you moved here.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind of a fairy tale love story. When I tell people, they kind of like barf a little because it's kind of gross. But I was on tour with Aladdin, and I had never stepped foot into Houston before until we played here for 3 weeks. My second night in town, I was just out on the town with a friend, and we were hanging out at the same spot. We just kind of got to talking. Disney was our kind of buzzword that got us together, and we never lost touch. We were long distance while I traveled, and then when the pandemic hit, I moved to Houston, not knowing how long I would be here, and I'm still here, and I love this town.
You fell in love with Houston, like many of us have. You fell in love with Walker. Quickly, because we're tight on time, let's talk a little bit about what happened during the pandemic, because you, like many of us, we were stuck at home. You used your talents to not only uplift others, but to raise money for charity.
Yeah, I was feeling kind of stuck at home, and I know everyone else was too, so I wanted to do something that could give people something fun to do on a Saturday and also help people out. So every week we did a new charity, and we raised $20,000 by the end of the year.
That is fantastic.
It's so cool. And you're doing a free event. It's been, what, a weekly series, and you have another performance coming up on Sunday downtown at Buffalo Bayou Park.
It's our final performance. We had one yesterday. We had probably 250 people there. It's so fun, just 2 hours of music, and I take people's song requests on the spot. So if there's something you want to hear, come on out and put it in my little jar. I'll play your song.
That is so cool. So if you can name it, he can sing it, he can play it. So a reminder, you can catch Ben Chavez this weekend performing at Buffalo Bayou Park. It's part of the Piano in the Park series sponsored by the Buffalo Bayou Partnership. Totally totally free, and it's 4 to 6 p.m. Is that right?
That's it. And bring your moms too. That's important.
Very
Got to.
important. Okay, Ben.
And you're going to stick around a little bit later. Ben will treat us to a live performance of the song he just chatted about. We'll be playing the piano and singing an original song he wrote for his mom earlier this year. We can't wait for that. It's lovely to catch up with you.
Good to see you both.
Great to see you. All right, when we come back, a quick and easy recipe you can make for your mom this weekend for Mother's Day. We are with Chef Brian Mannett in his Texas kitchen. His company, get this, they've been in business for more than 170 years.
And it's the start of Asian, American, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We're live with a special activity for the whole family. That's when Houston Life returns.
Well, we all know that Mother's Day is coming up, and maybe you can take the stress out of your day by nudging your kids to make a quick and easy meal for you. Yeah, right. Who are we kidding? Well, just in case you're still the one that's doing the cooking on Mother's Day, we've got a quick and easy recipe the whole family is going to love. And joining us from his very own kitchen just down the road in San Antonio is development chef Brian Mannett from Pioneer. Hi, Brian. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I've got all these wonderful recipes, and I need help making them. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Pioneer, first of all?
Okay, so Pioneer's been around for 170 years. We started in San Antonio. We're in San Antonio now, and we're known for our easy-to-prepare baking, gravy, and seasoning mixes. We've been on the shelves of, you can find us on the shelves of H-E-B, Kroger, Walmart, and other retailers nationwide.
Well, it sounds like you really do have something for all occasions, especially since we're all getting ready for Mother's Day. Maybe we've got some family coming over, you know, the family that's going to be staying with us. You want to impress them. What are you going to be making for us today?
So today we're going to prepare a Southwest Cornbread Pie. First thing we're going to use is point out the two products that we're going to use. So we're going to use our Pioneer Yellow Cornbread Mix and our Pioneer Roasted Chicken Gravy Mix. So we're going to use two products in this one recipe. So the first thing we've got in the pan here, I've got 2 poblanos and 1 onion. And I've just sauteed that down till it's nice and soft in a little bit of vegetable oil. To that pan, we are going to add a ½ pound of chicken, 2 cloves of garlic that we have sliced, and a half a bunch of really clean cilantro that you washed, rinsed, and then chopped up.
Here's
roughly.
my one question for you, Brian. With the poblano peppers, is that going to make it super spicy, or is that just going to add a bunch of flavor?
So that's a really great question, and it speaks to the versatility of the recipe. So I like poblanos. They're not very spicy, but if you're the kind of person that likes more spice, take one of the poblanos out and add a jalapeno, and even keep the seeds in.
Okay, great. Now, are all of these ingredients just going to be mixed in for you?
So I'm going to add everything to the pan. So make sure your poblanos and onions are fully cooked, right? And all of the rest of the stuff that we're adding here is fully cooked. I should probably turn my pan off. That would help.
Cooking 101.
To this pan now, while it's getting back up to temperature, I'm going to add the Pioneer Roasted Chicken Gravy that we have already made ahead of time. So you can do this ahead and shove it to the side of the stove until you're ready to get to this point in the recipe. So this is already prepared gravy. I'm going to add it to my pan, and you can hear the sizzle, so you know I'm really cooking here. So I'm just going to mix this together real quick. Now remember, everything in here is cooked, right? The gravy is cooked, the chicken's cooked, your onions and peppers are already cooked. Now, you want to bring this together. It's going to take about a minute, maybe 2, just to incorporate it and make sure it's fully combined. Then you turn your heat off, and then you're going to take a casserole dish that you've prepared with a little bit of nonstick spray. So what we can do, if we're tight on time, we'll switch to our fully prepared here. So you take your yellow cornbread mix, you mix it up, and you put it on top of here, put it in the oven, right?
Okay.
Okay. So now we've got, after about 20 to 25 minutes in a 375-degree oven, this is what it looks like when it's finished. So now spoon out your Southwest Cornbread Pie for Mom. And then you can take 2 poached eggs Put them right on top of here. And if you have a little bit of extra gravy, you can put it on top of there. And that's a delicious meal, Southwest Cornbread Pie using Pioneer Yellow Cornbread Mix and Pioneer Roasted Chicken Gravy.
Hey, Brian, I've got mine right here. Thank you so much. It looks delicious. You don't have to cut it. I'm just going to take the spoon and scoop it out myself. For more delicious recipes, visit their website, pioneerbrand.com. And there you can also download their exclusive Turning Meals into Memories cookbooks. Now let's send it back over to Derek and Courtney.
Lauren, that looks so good. I wish we could
Yum.
reach through the screen and try some.
That
Thank you.
cornbread.
I know, right? Okay, so shifting gears now. May is Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Houston is the most diverse city in the country. More than 6% of our population has Vietnamese, Chinese, Indian, or Middle Eastern roots.
And that population is quickly growing. Take a look at this map from the Rice Kinder Institute. The dark green areas of Harris and Fort Bend County represent areas where the Asian population is greater than 20%.
And Joe Sam is in the Museum District right now, learning more about this rich heritage at the Asia Society Texas Center and some of the activities they have planned for the entire family. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Derek, Courtney, like you mentioned, activities not just for today, but for the entire month. They're celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Month. You can look behind me and see this beautiful, beautiful mural we have here. This is just one thing that you can come and check out here at the center. And I'm talking with Miss Stephanie right now, the Director of Communications, to learn a little bit more about this beautiful exhibit called Making Home. This is one that really is going to touch people in every way.
Absolutely. Making Home, Artists and Immigration. It's on view until July 3rd. And it features 4 different artists and their personal perspectives and lived experiences with immigration. Many of those artists are first generation Americans. Their parents immigrated over and they have a very unique and specific experience having grown up in the States. So.
Each room is very different. Like the one that we're standing in right now is very vibrant, very colorful, really punches a pack. And then as we're looking at this one right now, you said the artist took her only 5 days to get this completed.
Yes, she was on site for 5 days. She had some help, some volunteers that came in and helped as well, but it was a really exciting time to be able to see her create it live and in the moment.
Wow. And then just tell people, why do you guys want to make sure that we spotlight this throughout the entire month? Not just this exhibit, but all the activities that you guys are going to have throughout the entire month.
Absolutely. Well, we like to joke that every month is Asian Pacific American Heritage Month at Asia Society. And we just really believe in building cultural empathy and building bridges and understanding one's neighbor even better. And so that's what we do here every day, and we're happy to have it highlighted during May.
Focusing really much on that culture and diversity that we have here in Houston. You guys, when we come back, Miss Stephanie's not going to go anywhere. She's going to be telling us more about what's happening here at the center. And when we come back, we're going to tell you about these activities and events that are going to be happening throughout the entire month too. Courtney, Derek, we're going to send things back to you guys as I continue to go and view around these amazing things here.
All right, Joe, thanks so much for the sneak peek. Do appreciate it.
All right, building bridges and understanding your neighbor. I love it as well.
Great message. Still ahead, Ben Chavez is back with a special performance.
But first, behind the scenes with Lady A and 50 Cent, a Houston Life exclusive when we return.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Houston Live. Courtney and Derek back with you on this Monday, just about 3:30.
Yeah, 3:30 on the dot. Let's get to more of your responses to our question of the day. In honor of Mother's Week here on Houston Life, we asked you, what type of mom are you? Are you a regular mom? You a cool mom? Amanda writes in, twin mom, sports mom, PTO mom. What a cute family.
I love that photo. I know, it's awesome. Anna Kate writes in, working mom. We're going to get that, hopefully. There we go. See? Love it.
Look at that. That's her new little one. Congratulations, Anna. And Kimberly sounds like a lot of fun. We want to hang out with her. The inappropriate mom who says things without realizing they're inappropriate. The mom who laughs way too hard and is fill in the blank there.
We like it, Kimberly. We feel like
it.
we need to hang out with you.
Yeah, fair enough. And we've all been there too, in that moment where someone says something and you're like, oh, wow.
Wow.
I've been there, that person many times as well. You say something, you want to just stuff it back in, and it's too late.
And there it is, floating out there.
It happens every day.
Let's check in with Keith, Christine, and Frank for a look at what they have coming up at the top of the hour. Hi, guys. Happy Monday.
Hey, to you as well. I think when it comes to moms, I think by and large, we can say great moms, all of them.
Rock
yes.
stars.
They make the world go around. Moms make the world go around.
They
All right,
do.
stop around.
Yes. All right.
Agreed.
Let's talk about this forecast, Frank.
Hey, summer's back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it
with
is.
a bit of a vengeance.
That's,
Yeah.
some of us are okay with that. Some of us like vengeance. When it comes to the weather.
I'm just trying to make everybody happy. So at least I got one person here. And windy, it's breezy, and that's going to continue. We'll talk more about this at 4, but let me show you what's going on right now because it's steamy out there. Temperatures in the mid and upper 80s, 86, 87, 89, 91 in Huntsville right now. You can see that humidity, 41, 48, 49%. So tack on 3 degrees, and that's the way it feels out there compared to the normal. In the meantime, I have winds 17, 18, 22, 23, and those are sustained winds. The gusts are easily in the 30s, 32, 31, 30 in Houston, 29 in Conroe, and 25 in Huntsville. We'll talk more about why this is going to continue to be the situation. You can see Finn is probably loving it. Something tells me he's just perfectly happy out there. Temperatures fall down through the 80s and 82 towards 7 p.m. Up to our north, there's a little trouble. Severe thunderstorm warnings and even a tornado warning there in parts of Oklahoma. But the state, as you can see, is nice and clear. We are on the quiet side, so if you're headed out this evening, just get ready to have a little mild one. 82, 81, 79, and 78. So here's what we're expecting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right there at 90. Our best chance for rain is 40% on Thursday. We'll talk about that coming up at 4 o'clock. And Mother's Day weekend, of course, looks like this, 20% Friday, and then we go into a quiet weekend, except it will be a summertime for mama time.
Ooh, it's going to be hot on Mother's Day.
94.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, but the sun will be shining for mom.
That's right.
There we go. That's what we like. All right, Frank, thank you. And here's a look at some of the other stories we're covering for you at 4 o'clock today. We are hearing from a 67-year-old woman who had her car stolen at gunpoint, this frightening carjacking, and what we are now learning about the suspect involved.
Plus, we've been telling you about the headaches at Bush Intercontinental Airport because of all the construction going on over there. Well, we've been hearing from travelers about how the airport should be doing more to help with delays when it comes to pickups and drop-offs. We're getting an update on that situation.
And finally, how do you like your steak? Well, you're going to meet one steakhouse employee who's grilled more steaks than you can ever even imagine. We're going to show you just how many plus the extra bonus she received. So lots to cover at 4 o'clock, you two.
Right. Yum.
Okay,
Steak gets
like
my
it.
attention.
I know. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you at 4. Well, Courtney and I were so honored to MC the 35th annual Cattle Barons Ball on Saturday, benefiting the American Cancer Society.
It was quite a party with a purpose. Minute Maid Park was filled with such a great turnout, including some big names in music. It was the event to be at.
It was a night of fundraising, food, games, entertainment, and pig races.
Come on, pig! Come on!
A silent auction, raffles, and casino games. Courtney and I were there to MC. The headliners, Lady A. We found them backstage, snapped a few pics, not sure what was happening here. And Courtney learned the band shares her love of doodles, the dogs, not the drawings. Before the show started, we mingled with the crowd. And who did our eagle-eyed producer spot? 50 Cent. You know he now lives in Houston, right? He gave us the nod, so we walked over. Took a few photos with him. Then he said this. Let's replay that. That's right, 50 Cent watches us. Of course, we invited him on the show. Fingers crossed that'll happen one day soon. Hung out for a few minutes, chatted about the event and Courtney's wardrobe. Then it was time to get down to business. We hopped up on stage to MC.
Hi everyone, and I'm Derek Shore, Courtney's television husband, sometimes real life husband, depends on the day. We've been married 20 years, I feel like I barely know you.
We are just getting started.
We are just getting started. Listen, welcome to the show, welcome to the party.
Folks from all over the city were there to have a great time, but more importantly, to support the critical work of the American Cancer Society.
Just so wonderful to be here in Texas. You know, this is a place where there's so much inspiration from innovation of cancer care and innovation of cancer research that happens right here in Houston. Incredible cancer centers that change lives every day, and the American Cancer Society helping to make that happen.
In its more than 100-year history, she's the first female CEO of the American Cancer Society. And then the big moment, we introduced Lady A.
Lady A. And we know you've been streaming them all day. Charles, Dave, Hillary, take the stage, the moment we have all been waiting for. Lady A, come on out.
What a night. They were so fantastic. I have to tell you, I know this Minute Maid is such a great venue for a concert, for a party, but that concert, that performance, I mean, it was so intimate. They were so amazing. Every song, everybody was singing to. They're even better and better and better than I had imagined.
Yeah, hit after hit after hit they played. If you would like to learn more about the Cattle Barons Ball and how you can support the American Cancer Society, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Look for that scene on Houston Life section. So many wild stories from that night. It was a late night. I think we got home at 1 something.
Oh, at 1:30, something like that. I came home to toilet paper all in my trees.
Oh, perfect.
It was a great evening. And I had to get up at 10 a.m. the next morning or be at a party at 10 a.m. with 22 fifth graders for a paintball party. That was fun.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed. High five for showing up on a Monday.
It was a great event. Also, the next fundraising event for the American Cancer Society is coming up later during holiday time for the holiday shopping card. It is a great organization. Lots of that money stays right here in our backyard.
It is. Very nice.
Well, still to come, let's get crafty. We've got 3 easy DIY teacher appreciation gifts that are both cute and practical.
But first, let's check back in with Joe Sam, who's out checking a free and very important exhibit today. Hey, Joe.
Hey guys, that's right. So we're talking all about Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and we're here to tell you all about this great exhibit that you can come and check out here with your families. When we come back, we're in another room with some great artwork. That's when Houston Life returns. Well, welcome back here to Houston Live. We are talking all about Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month here at Asia Society Texas Center with an amazing exhibit that they have going on right now called Making Home. I'm talking with the Communications Director of Communications, Stephanie, right now to learn a little bit more about this. We're standing in another room, 4 different rooms that are all encompassing really great artwork from 4 different artists. This one is amazing because we're looking at charcoal art now.
Yes, these portraits were done by Fong Nguyen. These are her and her parents. They're portraits done based on the photographs that were taken of them as they were fleeing Vietnam. They were in a refugee camp in Thailand when these photos were taken, and so these are portraits done of those photographs.
And they're really taking experiences from their own childhood, growing up, and encompassing all of that within the celebration of Asian heritage. And this is something that's really cool because you guys have it placed here to where people can come and learn more about all of these amazing artists and their childhood.
Absolutely. We welcome everyone to come. We really want to build cultural empathy and celebrate the diversity that lives here in Houston. So.
This one is really cool because, of course, I love donuts, and I love the way that these artists think because they really get creative with their artwork. Tell us what we're seeing right here with this exhibit.
Absolutely. So Fong does these prints on pink donut boxes. So many of the mom and pop donut shops in the U.S. are run by Cambodian Americans, and this was part of Fong's experience growing up. And so she's repurposing the donut box to feature the really individual personalities and perspectives of the folks that she grew up knowing.
This is going to go on until the end of July, correct?
July 3rd, actually.
July 3rd. So people really have a long amount of time to come and check this out, but there's going to be several other events that are going to be happening all throughout this month to celebrate Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, correct?
Absolutely. We've got 31 different ways for you to celebrate with us all month long. Everything from celebrating Eid this Saturday and a festival event, to a talk with Huma Abedin, to a book launch with Jenny Wong, who's a local writer, as well as Michelle Zahner from Japanese Breakfast will be here. So.
Wow. Stephanie, so many amazing events that are going to be happening here, an amazing exhibit that we're looking at right now. Thanks so much for all of that information. And for everyone else out there, if you want to come and check this out, we'll have all the information on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Courtney, Derek, such a really, really beautiful exhibit that's happening here, and I think everyone's going to enjoy it when they come out to see it.
For sure. Joe, thanks so much for giving us a sneak peek today. Do appreciate it. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift to recognize a teacher in your kid's life during Teacher Appreciation Week, it's right now. How about some homemade crafts that won't break the bank?
These are some great ideas. Alexis Geisler, owner and founder of Craftworks, joins us now with 3 easy DIY ideas your teachers will cherish. Alexis, it's great to see you.
Great to be back.
And hi to your mom, because I know she's watching. We love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day. This first one is really clever. This is a little apple jar gift card holder.
Yes, so all the projects we have today are things you can make from items that you have around your house. So the first one, we took a glass mason jar and we painted it. And then we added some supplies. Teachers are always needing supplies. They're always needing additional things in their classroom. And then you can add a little gift card just to give them something extra.
Look how clever this is.
So
Paint
cute.
it to look like an apple. So what kind of paint are you using here, Alexis?
You can use acrylic or latex paint. So you're going to go ahead and paint the jar.
Okay.
And when you're painting glass, a lot of times you'll have to do 2 coats. So you would paint one and let it dry, and then you would go ahead and paint another.
Okay, and this paint you can pick up at any craft store,
Yeah,
correct?
and a lot of times people even just have it laying around the house.
Yeah. Okay,
So you'll
gotcha.
paint the jar and you'll paint the outer rim of the lid.
Okay.
And then once that's painted, you'll go ahead and you're going to start assembling your jar.
Okay, gotcha. And how long, Alexis, do we need to let this dry between coats?
It only takes a few minutes. You can put it in front of a fan and get it done in like 5.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yes.
So your jar will look something like this. You've
Yep.
painted this rim, the green
Yes.
color.
Yes.
So now we're just tying this around?
Yes, you'll go ahead and tie that around the top of it.
Okay.
Adds the little leaves to your apple.
Look how clever. Am I tying this like a bow, like a shoelace?
Sure, either way.
Okay. Very nice. And then Courtney's helping me out with some double-sided tape. What is the tape for?
So we're just gonna go ahead and add the gift card to the leaf. It just makes a little cute extra. There you go.
Look how cute that is. And then to
And you
finish
place
it
your
all off,
supplies in there.
you just pop in your pencil. Look at that. And the cool thing about this, not the finished product is so great, but kids will love doing this.
Absolutely, it's something they can do and be part of, which makes it extra special.
It's
Very
sweet to see it in the classroom too, I think, for years to come.
Absolutely.
Very cute. Okay, what's next on the list?
So next we're doing this keychain or lanyard. So a lot of times teachers need to carry around IDs and
Sure.
cards and things like that. So this is something really cute and customizable that you can do very easily.
Okay, so what would we need for this?
So we've just taken a wooden disc, which you're going to go ahead and you can take a paint pen, or on the website you'll see a wood burning tool that we used, and you can write their name.
Okay.
The kids can write it. They could even draw a picture. We used a little stencil on ours to just give it a little bit more definition.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and write something on there.
Okay.
Again, using things you have around the house. You can buy these wood rounds either with the holes already pre-drilled, or you can drill them pretty easily yourself.
And with the stencil, the penmanship is perfect, but
That's
it's
right.
even more personal if your child just uses their handwriting.
Absolutely, exactly. So next you're going to go ahead and string the beads on.
Okay.
So you can just take that. We added some tape at the end that will help it go through the beads easier.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they're actually in the order of a pencil, so it gives it a little extra school flair.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it looks just like a number 2 pencil. I'm going to put
Absolutely.
all these on together.
There you
that way I'm
go.
not wasting any time.
And then once you have them on, you slide them down.
Okay.
And you're just going to go ahead and you would tie it off at the end. And we added a little bit of a clasp at the bottom that they can attach it.
That's super cute.
Yeah.
It
isn't that
is
really
super
cute?
sweet. Okay, what else is on the end here?
So the last thing we have, certainly not the least, is even if you don't have supplies at home, a note from your kid is really what teachers just love. So we have this on the Houston Life website. They can actually download this and print it, and their kids can fill it out, and they can give them a sweet note. You can give it to it by itself, or you could add it to any one of these gifts.
It is so sweet and will be cherished for years to come.
Absolutely.
At Craftworks, you have some summer camps coming up, Alexis.
We do. We have some really fun, unique ones. We've got fantasy gardens, and they've got ones where they can create their own dollhouse or castle. So lots of fun to come up.
It's great, and I know now is the time. Everybody's thinking about summer camp, so sign up for that. It's a lot of fun. It's AC too, so you don't have to worry
Yes.
about all the heat. You have a lot of fun in the
Exactly.
indoors. It's going to be 90-something this weekend. So,
I know.
Alexis, thanks so much. These are all great ideas. We are starting at Teacher Appreciation Week
Yes.
this week, so these are awesome ideas. We do appreciate it, and the printout is fabulous as well. For a complete list of instructions for these crafts, head over to the website, HoustonLife.tv, and also that printable is there as well.
Very nice.
Thank
All
you.
right, coming up on Houston Life, Broadway actor Ben Chavez is back with that special live performance.
Don't miss it. We'll be right back. If you are just joining us, it is Mother's Week, and this Sunday you can catch a free concert, Piano in the Park.
Mark your calendars. You don't want to miss this. Here is Ben Chavez once again. This time he is performing a special song he wrote for his own mom. It is called Guardian Angel.
when the money's tight and the bills ain't paid. Mother, it's gonna be alright. When the other kids say I'm not the same, people in their family portraits look so formal, but all they're after is being normal. But that's not a life, you see. But you're real to me, 'cause you are my guardian angel. You are the one who always believed in me when everything was going wrong. You were my best cheerleader. You never lost sight of the faith you had in me all along. You watched me grow up and let me go out and gave me wings to fly. I'm gonna make you proud of me every single day of my life. Mama, look now, it's your time to shine. You've paid your dues, put in the time. The weight is off your shoulders, now the time is near to be a star. I'll be right here, 'cause you are my guardian angel. You are the one who always believed in me when everything was going wrong. You are my best cheerleader. You never lost sight of the faith you had in me all along. You watched me grow up and you let me go out and you gave me wings to fly. I'm gonna make you proud of me. I'm gonna make you proud of me. I'm gonna make you proud of me every single day of my life.
Ben Chavez, oh my word, that is so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Your mother has heard this song before, right?
She's watching now. I'm sure she's at home
Oh,
tearing up.
Courtney had trouble keeping it together over there,
I
Ben.
did. It's so beautiful. What a beautiful tribute to your mom.
Thanks so much. She's a
Beautifully
beautiful woman.
written and performed. One day we're going to get to meet your mom. Mom, come visit here in Houston. So let's talk about Piano in the Park and remind our viewers this Sunday, the Mother's Day special. It's happening from 4 to 6 p.m. The Waterworks, 105 Sabine Street. It's right next to the Sabine Street Bridge and the skate park right there, right? You're up there just above the cistern.
Yep, right on the lawn. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous out there.
Very, very nice. And is it true that maybe some dates might be added later in the summer?
I hear talk perhaps in the summer, but we'll have to bring our little fans because it's going to be super hot.
It is going to be warm.
Hey, listen, you're going to perform. We'll be there. We'll stand the heat to hear that voice.
Worth it. Well, worth it. All right. We do have a link to connect with Ben on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Thanks again, Ben Chavez. Loved having you.
Lovely. After the break, a look at what else is coming up in store for Mother's Week.
And as we head to break, let's check in with Nichelle Turner for a look at what's coming up on Entertainment Tonight. Hey there, Nichelle.
Derek and Courtney, tune into ET tonight as we remember the life of country legend Naomi Judd. Exclusive new interviews with her friends, plus our time with the star from our first meeting way back in 1984 to our final interview just weeks ago. That's tonight at 6:30 right here on KPRC2. But don't go anywhere. Houston Life will be right back.
Coming up tomorrow on Houston Life, Mother's Week continues. Getting your backyard ready for a Sunday brunch. We're going to help you get rid of those mosquitoes.
Let me tell you, they are back.
Plus, we've got quick tips to get rid of pollen and grime. You know when you pull out the summer furniture and they're all
You go sit
moldy?
down. Yeah, it's terrible.
Bad news, but we're going to help you through it.
I have about 6 mosquito bites from yesterday, plus 5 books that would make a great gift for all different types of moms.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, very nice. Well, I think before we go, we do have time to get some more of your responses to our question of the day. We asked, what type of mom are you? And Barbara Barbara writes in, the wine mom.
Oh, yes, Barbara.
Queen. You got this.
And Dawn writes in, I'm definitely a cool mom. I surprised my 20-year-old daughter with floor seats to the Justin Bieber concert in Houston on Friday. Definitely cool mom points right there.
That was a party that kept going all night long. I hear he and Bun B were performing in Clay after the show, and my goodness, I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted too, but I love me some Justin Bieber.
Yeah, and some Lady A and 50 Cent and some Ben Chavez. Add him to the list. Thanks so much for joining us today on Houston Life. That was fun.
It was a great show on this Monday. We get to do it all again tomorrow.
We do. Okay, we will see you then. We're going to hand it off to Keith and Christine in Studio A.
Yeah, that was a great show. Great way to start the week, you guys.
Yeah, indeed. Yes.
Thank you.
And for Courtney, I'm going to go with Firecracker Mom who goes to Daytona.
Yes.
Yes.
She's the Daytona mom.
Daytona
That's
mom.
right.
There we go. Yes, help me refine that.
It's her birthday.
Every week there is some sort of Daytona reference. I love it. I love it, y'all.
At some point, viewers are going to be like, we need the story.
Yeah.
Listen, we're going to have to take that show on the road because that can't happen here.
It airs in the late night hours.
Love it.
All
All
right,
right, guys.
Read
we'll see
the
you
book.
tomorrow.
Have a good one. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.